This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever think about switching insurance companies to see if you could save some cash? Progressive makes it easy to see if you could save when you bundle your home and auto policies. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states.
Today on Very That, we talk about Sweet and Low. There's nothing like a sugar substitute. We also talk to fashion icon Eddie DeBarr about Dita Von Teese, RuPaul, and everything fashion. And we answer a few questions about whether or not you should return items from an ex.
Mom!
Are you a lady like me? Introspective, beautiful. Oh, are you intellectual like me? Beguiled by a bargain? You like wild times? Oh, like me? Are you serving the community like me? Well, if you are, then you must be very Delta. Hey friends, welcome to another episode of Very Delta. This is a podcast where I look gorgeous, speak extemporaneously, and invite guests over on the sofa to just tell me things. Very Delta is a podcast for a woman who puts perfume on all her pulse points. Hello, my gorgeous listeners and spectators. Welcome back to another episode of Very Delta. I'm very excited to be here today. We have an extra special guest on the podcast, but we need to cover a couple of things that are very Delta. I was going to do this as an example, like maybe physically do this, but I know some people are only listening to this. They can't see it. So I'm going to do my best to describe what this situation is. It's summertime, and one of my favorite things to have in the summertime is iced tea. I love Diet Coke, I love juice, I love water, but there's something special about iced tea, and of course, if you're at home, sun tea. But iced tea unsweetened is something we can get at any fast food restaurant. I feel like I really need corporate fast food restaurants to be listening to this. So if you can tag them, if you can tag Burger King or Jack in the Box or anyone like that, or just send this, if not to their corporate, to a manager you know. We need to all get on the same page as a consumer and as a fast food provider that unsweetened iced tea, fresh brewed unsweetened iced tea, comes out of a brewer hot. So when it comes out of a brewer, and you put in the normal amount of ice that you would put into a cup for an already cooled beverage, the ice is going to melt. And it's no longer going to be iced tea. So what we need to do is talk to corporate at Del Taco or Deltaco, as I like to call it, or any of these places and explain to the employees that there is a brewer. And when they put just a little bit, when they push that button, like at McDonald's, and the 4 ice cubes come out, and then they take it over to the hot brewer and they turn it on, and the little spigot starts pouring out the tea, it melts the ice. And then when you hand it to the guest in the drive-thru, they can hear that click, 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 that one little shard of ice moving around. That's not going to be a cold beverage for the drive home now, is it? So what we need to do is whether someone asks for extra ice or not, if they are asking for an unsweetened, fresh brewed iced tea, you will automatically give them extra ice so that it melts down to where the ice is supposed to be, which is about 3/4 of the way up in the cup. Now, if they say, I don't want any ice whatsoever, then of course you give them no ice. But you need to make the assumption for them that they are going to want fresh brewed iced tea to be cold. I don't think it's that hard. I don't think it's that difficult. And I can't blame the employee for this. The reason I can't blame the employee is because it's the job of the manager to make sure that people are following policy. And maybe this isn't a policy. It needs to be set forth as a policy. And I'm calling upon Del Taco specifically, or Deltaco, to make this so. I don't mind coming in and doing demonstrations. I feel like none of these fast food companies have reached out to me during Pride season. So I think even, they all probably want to put their money where their mouth is. So I think we can extend Pride to the other 11 months, and you can invite me in to do a demonstration of this. I think it's very, very important. I also think it's important too, this is just kind of a little side note, but some people do not drink Diet Cola, Diet Coke or Diet Pepsi. So when you go through a drive-through like McDonald's and you order number 5, whichever one it is, that's the 2 cheeseburgers that you want plain, large sized with a Diet Coke, when you say you want it large sized, have your employees not interrupt immediately and go, "Is that with a Coke?" Because there are so many other beverages. I'm pretty sure not everybody orders a Coke. Now, a lot of those people don't drink Diet Coke. So all they hear is Coke, and they're just going to by default give you Coke because in their minds, the majority of the customers have ordered Coke. They really need to look at that receipt and see that Diet Coke. That's really, really important because some people drink it because they want to consume less sugar, or maybe they just like the taste, or maybe they like saying Diet Coke. Whatever their reason is, if it's on the receipt, I think it's important to acknowledge that and make sure that the person doesn't drive away and then have to flip a bitch in a residential neighborhood and then get back in line because they don't want to get out of their car because they're really lazy like me, and then drive through and say, "Can I make this a Diet Coke?" And then you have to say, "Oh, did you want a Diet Coke?" And then you have to say, "Yeah, because it's a Diet Coke on the receipt," and then be labeled a Karen. Because sometimes you just want a Diet Coke. Also, too, actually, going back to the iced tea, it's really important for your employees to understand the difference between Sweet and Low, which is generally in a pink packet, Splenda, which is in a yellow packet, and Equal, which is in a blue packet. Although the Equal company does have their own type of saccharin and their own type of yellow sweetener, so they have them in all 3. But that does become confusing, I suppose. Can you just make sure and have the pink sweetener? That's the one we really want. That's the Sweet and Low. That's the saccharin, the one that we're trying to get rid of. Just keep that as long as you can. I mean, you can do it like Starbucks already got rid of it, as you know. They jumped ship a long time ago and decided that we couldn't have sugar-free cinnamon dolce because it had saccharin in it. So now there's only one option for people who don't like to have sugared drinks. But, they don't have to offer anything, I suppose. But I feel like the fast food places do. Get your iced tea together. What is so hard about it? What is so hard about keeping fresh brewed iced tea cold? Starbucks iced tea also is very delicious. But the problem is that they will offer you Splenda, I believe. But the thing with Splenda is if you put Splenda in cold drinks, it makes your drink taste like paper in a way, like wooden. There's something about it. Splenda is delicious in hot drinks, but in cold drinks, it totally tastes like pencil shavings. I don't know why that is. Starbucks. Starbucks has a long way to go also with providing sugar-free options. They really, really ruined life when they got rid of the sugar-free cinnamon dolce syrup. I've offered solutions. I think they could do a sugar-free abuelita syrup would be wonderful. A sugar-free creme de menthe would be wonderful. A sugar-free chocolate syrup. And they could also do a sugar-free snickerdoodle for the summer. These are 4 options that really, really, I think would be wonderful. You could set yourself apart. Of course, you're not getting anything good like that at Dunkin' Donuts because, you're eating donuts. So the best sugar-free options at this point, actually, I'm going to have to say is going to Jack in the Box and ordering what they've recently put on their menu, which is a black iced tea for $2.79. And then you can order some creamers on the side if you'd like, or you can order some Sweet and Low. They have a few different options there. Or if you're a lady like me, you will keep some of your Sweet and Low inside your glove box. Very Delta is also a podcast for the lady who keeps saccharin sweetener in her glove box. Are you a lady like me? So let's take a break. And when we come back, I have a very, very extra special guest. And we are back. Speaking of style, I'm so excited to welcome our next guest. This is a very dear friend of mine and someone who I know has incredible style, has literally made their career off of style and making everyone else stylish.
Oh.
Please make welcome my very good friend, the one and only Mr. Eddie DeBarr.
Hi. Hello.
This is Eddie.
Hello, it's me.
It's Eddie, like
It's
to be in
me.
full form.
It's me.
We were just at Hamburger Mary's in Long Beach, which already just starts a laugh
Which
for us.
just ruined everything. So much
Speaking
style.
of style,
So
we
much
were at Hamburger Mary's.
and Hamburger Larry's.
Speaking of
Cheeseburger
style,
Larry's.
we were eating wings.
Yeah.
No, we do drag shows together, blah, 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 blah. But I was doing a show over at Mary's and we had not seen each other for a while. And you stopped in at the executive suite last week, but you came by Mary's because it was a bit of a reunion. Detox was in town. Mayhem was in town.
Everybody.
Jules is in town. And extra surprise, you brought Johnny, who I didn't know was going to be there. We know each other through so many different nightclubs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And time.
And time. Like, we're
Time.
talking now, we're going into our third decade of friendship, if you believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it's now going to be, we're
both
barreling into
28.
Yeah, we're barreling into 2023.
Fuck that. Oh,
Yeah, you can say
can I
whatever.
curse? Sorry.
You can. You can do whatever you want.
Oh, well, all right then.
You can put a curse on the whole
That's
show.
a lot. That's a lot of time.
It is a lot of time.
Yeah. Good times, though.
Yeah. So, Eddie, I'm not going to stand up because I don't want you to know what happens from here down because we're cheating for camera. But Eddie knows what's going on. Eddie has seen me in every phase of what goes on. Eddie, not just a stylist and not just an entertainer, but also literally a designer, literally the the front person of their own design firm, design house, was the very first person to take measurements of me and say, you're going to get a proper corset.
That's right.
And we're talking late
That was
90s.
a long time ago.
We're talking
At Versatile.
At Versatile Fashions in Orange County.
Mhm.
Wow. Yeah, your times there. I mean, everyone of consequence was part of Versatile Fashions.
Everyone was. Well, back then, everyone was.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so everything's flooding.
Yeah.
Sorry, blanking out there.
No, because
There's so many memories.
it all connects all of us, really.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like a good portion of drag race history.
Yeah. Fashion shows.
Or just the people, fashion shows and subculture and kinds of things.
I mean, when I think of Versatile Fashions, I obviously think of you because you were the person that working there really connected a lot of people. Certainly through Sutan, through Raja, through that would go over to like Mistress Antoinette,
Sure.
of course. And then I remember that's like in that area we also used to order Pleaser shoes and Ellie shoes.
Yeah.
Everything was off Batavia over there.
Batavia.
You would just say it's off Batavia, and you would know.
It was a cool job. Like all we did was hire our friends.
Right.
So, and it was all clothing and it was all kind of that fetish subculture. So we were having a really good time with it. It was a blast.
And it made sense that
And
all of that.
springboard.
Yeah.
For so many things. Everybody.
Yeah. It made sense that it would flow over and you would make immediate friends with people like Viva Sex, Jasmine, all the dolls that worked at Peanuts and all of the nights that would happen at Peanuts.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what about like
It
fashion?
was smaller then though. Smaller times. No real smartphone action. Like you had to actually show up
Right.
to enjoy it. So it was kind of nice because everybody was there.
Right.
It wasn't just a text like, oh, what'd you do last night? It was like, no, you were there because if you didn't go, you wouldn't know.
Right.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting times.
Yeah, absolutely.
Does that make sense? I don't know.
It does. It makes perfect sense. And I always think about like fashion shows. You would have like
Those are
so
fun.
many. Yeah.
Yep. With all groups of people from all over the place. Peanuts was an interesting place though that started all that.
Right.
Because it would be, Debbie Harry would be cruising and Tony Basil was there all, early in the night dancing. And then the working girls would come in and then all of our drag friends would come in and then all of the club kids would come in. And it was just like that whole time was a melting pot of everything of style and culture and, very different from the way it is now. Because it was so strange because everyone got along.
Mhm.
because there was only really like that spot to go to.
Right.
It wasn't so segregated. It wasn't anything like that. Everybody just kind of showed up at the same place.
Right.
Yeah, it was a great time.
You know, it's funny because I remember, like, say 20 years ago, even just 20 years ago, we would joke about when we would hear older queens say, like, "Oh, so and so was over at the club," and this and that and the other, and we were like, "We're never going to be like that. It's so gross." But when I sit back and I tell people, like, or you just say, like, "Oh, Debbie Harry was over here, we were over there," I think back and I'm like, maybe they weren't lying, like.
Yeah,
Because if I'm saying it about the people that I really did witness, they really did witness it too.
yeah,
So
for sure. We're just a different, whatever that group of people that were
At that
relevant
time.
or at that time.
Right?
Yeah, and it's not so much as like dropping a name. It's just from every section of like people that were out. Then
Mhm.
everybody kind of showed up. You could pick somebody from everyone, and they would show up in this place.
Right.
It was interesting. And cool.
If you were to go today to the Yukon Mining Company after peanuts, if you had done a number of peanuts
the
and collected
working
your $50
girls.
from Phil and then went over to
Aw.
Yukon, what would you order at 3 o'clock in the morning?
I would order. Oh my god, what did you order?
I like to have
I'm sorry, I'm throwing it back at you.
I like to have a grilled cheese sandwich.
Grilled cheese
It's easy.
with pickles,
Uh-huh.
yeah, and a ranch dressing,
And it's easy.
salad, yeah, easy.
Yeah.
Because it would come fast.
It would come fast.
Yes,
Yeah. Would you order that too?
I would.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it now.
You said, "I
I would.
would."
The food was so good,
It
but
was
it was
good.
really about the show because that's when all the working girls would
Sure.
show up to say
Sure.
hello,
Do you
which was
remember
super cool.
Do you
They were
remember sitting
fantastic.
when Viva had that little corner she would always sit in?
Yeah, the booth.
Do you remember she would twist the light bulb?
I do, and I still do that to this day. If I go to like I'm in a chain restaurant and I can reach it, I'm all.
Yeah.
If I could turn these down, I would.
Yeah. You twist the light bulb just to make
Yeah.
it just a little better
You
lighting. for
Create
you.
your own ambiance.
'Cause that overhead lighting is rude
It's
on every
awful.
level. It's
Just-
rude on
it's
every
all
level.
this.
You just came back. You're back in town.
I am.
You were on
a while.
tour, of course, with Dita Von Teese.
Yeah.
Tell us about a little bit about what you do when you're out of town.
She's a long time friend. Back at
course.
from Versatile.
Original.
Actually, yeah, original friend. So when she started touring, she's like, "Oh, at first I think it was just kind of a fun idea, so she would have someone to hang out with."
Right.
But then it kind of turned into like, so I'm the wardrobe supervisor for the tour. So we get all the costumes in, whatever's happening from whatever designer, and then we kind of rig them out
Mhm.
for burlesque, which a lot of fashion doesn't really translate into that because it's all snaps and then we go out on tour. And I just take care of everything. It's mending and fixing and creating and
Right.
keeping her on an even keel. That's
Yeah.
what I do. Cheerleader.
That's a lot of
mostly.
work.
It is a lot of work.
that's what you're
It's
built for.
becoming more and more work as I get older and older. So
Yeah, but this is what you're built
Creaky
for
knees.
because, working at Versatile, and then of course as your own entertainer, working as your own entertainer, that's a lot of work in itself because you are very particular. I mean, I've spoke about this before on the podcast. Eddie DeBarr is the person who taught me the importance of having stuff in line to repair something, even if it's just repaired for
Yeah.
5 minutes, and then you can go back and fix it properly. That's where I
Yeah.
learned the importance of black safety pins, white safety pins, silver safety pins, gold safety
Yeah.
pins. These things are important, and learning how to sort of safety pin something in an obvious place without making it look obvious.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing. I would rather see someone's bra than see where the safety pin is
It's
pulling
like
to hide the
pulling and
bra.
it's all that weird
It's
metal.
all.
You're like, it's
Yeah.
I see it. I see it.
So
It's-
why did you
just
try-
put it on the outside?
Yeah.
It's fine.
Completely.
Just
Just
fine.
leave it so that we know that you didn't even try.
yeah, like it just fixed it.
Yeah.
Or like you meant it to be there. I hate when people are trying to hide. When things go wrong, sometimes it's actually can be kind of a blessing too, because you're
Right.
like, it went wrong for a reason. So just kind of
Yeah.
go with it. Yeah. I guess
Um,
I am kind of built for it.
Yeah.
I guess that's what I kind of
Well, yeah.
I'm good
because
at it. I guess the crunch,
You're
the
great at it.
pressure, the
You
yeah,
also
just be
work
prepared.
when you're not on tour. You work here. You work here in town.
I work for Universal, yes.
And tell
I
us
do.
about that because that everyone knows about.
I started there doing Halloween. So I do all the soft goods, which is like drapery and whatever like needs to be sewn or created. 'Cause the team I work on is kind of a prop team. So basically all year round we maintain the park like through Harry Potter and I mean, it sounds kind of geeky, but it's actually kind of a cool job. Through Halloween, through Christmas, Lunar New Year. But yeah, so maintaining and creating, and I guess I'm still kind of doing the same thing, but I'm just dressing something else.
Right. I've talked before on the podcast with Raja about these Minnie Mouse shoes that are not really Minnie Mouse shoes. They're something else that you gifted me.
Oh yeah,
many years ago. I know. Well, we just in his travels.
In my travels,
in Eddie's travels, he found something that he gifted me that are Minnie Mouse shoes, which are obviously not related to where you work. And there's something and so Raja has always been in my ass about just give me the shoes. You're not going to use the shoes.
No.
She's like, I'm about shoes, and I'm like, baby, I will never get rid of these shoes.
No,
like,
you don't ever get rid of shoes.
Especially because they're so sentimental to me. Because they were gifted to me. They're important to me.
And shoes are it.
Shoes are it.
Because you can have we're the most simple thing, and if you have a pair of fucking great shoes on, you win.
Now,
always.
You do win.
Always.
You do win.
I mean, there's been so many times when I've been in so much pain where there's tears welling up in my eyes, but I'm not taking off my shoes.
You don't.
Hell no.
You don't.
And they have to be high, even though I may not look the best walking in them. They're on my feet.
Yeah.
They're mine.
Eddie will never come to the other side. Unfortunately, I am on the other side. I'm a woman of a certain age who is...
I can't.
He can't do it.
I can't do it. I tried. It's either it has to be the most wicked shoe or...
That could be your line of shoes,
Stay
the Wicked
home.
Shoe.
The Wicked Shoe.
You should have your own
My
line.
autobiography.
Yeah. That could just be the name of your book, yeah.
Or that.
Or we could just go to the Wicked Spoon buffet. We'll just leave it at that. Right. I have some more questions for Eddie, but let's take a quick break. Yeah? Let's take a quick break. And we are back. We are back with my extra special guest, my sweet, sweet doll, my friend forever, one of my drag inspirations, the one and only Mr. Eddie DeBarr. I know that sounds like a fucked up thing because I do hear other people say like, they'll introduce someone and they'll go, oh my gosh, this is my drag inspiration. And then the person saying it looks super busted.
Oh.
And then the person who they're introducing is like super good.
Like, I didn't do that.
And exactly.
I don't know what this is.
I have people that'll say that. They'll be like, Delta did this wig for me. And I'm like, okay, well, that was 6 months ago.
I didn't, and it's been in your suitcase.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, exactly. And it burned in the back of the car.
Yeah, you don't even give me any credit for that. Yeah, so many projects. I'm like, oh, it's cool.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
How do you want to be credited? No, I'm good.
I don't want to be credited.
I didn't like the way it came out.
Don't
so
type on
much
Instagram
work.
the picture of the little dress and my name. Don't do that.
Don't do that. I think like that's kind of my career has been all, to my detriment, has been a bit under the radar because so many times I won't.
Right.
Like I was happy to do it, but I don't necessarily want the credit for it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I work a lot, but there's only, I only like to push out the things that I think are really like cool to me.
Right.
I don't know. That seems a bit.
No.
I
Well,
mean,
that's the quality.
But
control.
I've been able to have a career that way and keep working and sustain. So I was like, okay, this is working for me.
Right.
Where people are just pushing out crap all the time, and I'm like, why would you do that?
Right.
Like that totally downgrades everything that you're working so hard for.
Right.
I don't know.
No, that makes sense. I mean, you have your own specifics and your own way of doing things.
Yeah, Johnny and I were talking about that. We kind of have this strange reputation, and we haven't pushed that much out there. That we're always like so busy, and we're not so busy all the time.
Right.
But it's kind of worked out. It's kind of cool to have that under the radar, not yearning for like or needing so much accolade or attention, but the people that we think are really cool, like have seen what we do, and that is important to us. I mean, maybe more important than any kind of, I don't know, notoriety. I don't know what the word is, but
yeah,
I know that I can stand behind, 90% of the stuff I've done. And I think personally, it's really cool and I'm proud of it.
Yeah.
If you start doing things just to pay the bills, then it ruins it. You twist it and turn it into a career, and then you don't like what you do anymore. And that's not a good place to be.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
It's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
Because
you mentioned Johnny, And
Yeah.
I was saying that you brought Johnny, you and Johnny came out the other night. Tell us about Debacles.
Debacles. Johnny has been a designer for a long time, as have I, and we kind of came together and we started working together. Oh God, pandemic. So you have to add what, 2.5 years, everything.
Mm-hmm.
So 7 years ago, we started a line called Debacles. We've done a lot of things, mostly just working out where the kinks are. We've done some custom stuff, but we see eye to eye on fashion and who we like and who we don't like. And I don't know, it's just kind of evolving from there. Something big is coming. So that's finally,
Mm-hmm.
we've fostered it and babied it and given up twice and started up twice. But I think this time it's going to stick. Something good's happening.
I like
So
that.
we're working on it right now. I mean, not to be secretive, there's just not quite much to say about
Right.
it. But hopefully we'll get it on some people that we love and get it photographed. We have an Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's interesting because I like watching. I used
Sound
to,
like an old. We have an Instagram.
Right.
Catch me on the Instagram. Like who says
catch me on the
that?
interwebs.
Yeah, on the interwebs.
I used to love watching obviously Project Runway. And,
Yeah,
and Johnny had
Johnny.
his
Yes,
Johnny
it
had
was.
his time on Project Runway.
Yep.
I
That was hard for him, I
sure
think.
sure.
That show. Well, I think as people are learning, reality television isn't really reality. It's very scripted. Everything.
Right.
So like when your time's up, they know when your time's up for the most part. So I think he kind of got a bad deal on there, and they're always trying to slot you in somewhere, and if you don't fit anywhere.
Right.
If you can't be the villain it really is a thing. So I think maybe he got a little short change there, but he's
Sure.
so talented. It's ridiculous, but maybe too smart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think when you go on those kind of shows and you're just you don't play the game because you don't dumb yourself down,
Mm-hmm.
then
You
you
figure-
become like not useful for that situation anymore. So I think he kind of,
Well, I think because we've seen a couple, yourself included, because you did work on Drag Race for a moment.
drag you
and drag you.
4 years with Matthew.
Um, There's a point where you watch the contestants that are people go, as a viewer you watch and say, they're just over the show, and it's like, no, you can tell that they're over the production.
Yeah, it's
They've
different.
cracked a code in a way,
Yeah.
and they realize, I'm not being absorbed. What I'm delivering is not being absorbed because
Right.
there's not a need for it.
Right.
When you worked on actual RuPaul's Drag Race or a portion of it on season 3.
I did clothes. I made some stuff for Rue. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. I did.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
That's
is that
hard.
that's difficult? We both
It wasn't
worked-
hard. Rue wasn't hard. It was dealing with the production company, dealing with, I think, who was the one that, the big company.
logo.
Logo. So it was like a million voices coming at you. It was really hard because I didn't know who to listen to so many times. I finally got that line of communication in there,
Mhm.
but it took a minute. It was hard.
Yeah, it does take a long
Because
time.
everybody has an opinion, which I can see why contestants get so frustrated because they're just bombarded with everybody telling them to do something other than what they naturally want to do
Right.
or naturally who they are. I always kind of laugh. Like I see my friends on there and I'm like, I know that person. Like that's not that person.
Right.
This person is hilarious and this person is so funny and kind. And I watched the stories being kind of twisted. I don't know if this is the direction you wanted to go with this question, but
this is the reality of it.
it makes me really sad because I always say they should just get 10 drag queens and put them in a house.
Right.
That'd be the best show ever because
I could
generally
see that
behind the
coming.
scenes is 100 times better than what you see on the front.
I could see that coming.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they twist and turn it into something. I don't know. I don't think you have to work that hard with drag queens or any creative person. It comes. The drama would be better actually, and probably like richer
Right.
if you just let it go. But they like to really pinch it into something.
Yeah.
I don't know. And maybe that comes from producers who aren't of the scene or don't know the people or like they have their own mind what that producer wants to do with that person. And that doesn't it's really sad to me because there's so many really talented people that get just such a raw deal.
Right.
And you're just like, or they just played it too smart. They're just too smart for it. Like they saw you coming a mile away. They knew exactly what they wanted you to do. And I'm just like, oh, that's a bummer.
Yeah, because
It's a bummer.
I've heard people put it this way, and I think it's true. There are some people that are really great at drag And
Yeah.
there's some people that are really great at Drag Race.
Yeah, at television, sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure, they
and
know.
the two are not the same
No, they're not the same
at all.
at all.
And especially like you said, working with when you have more than one voice in your ear, you worked with Rue and then you found that common ground or whatever. And not everybody gets to find that common ground just because personalities might not
That's
match
where I
up.
lucked out,
Yeah.
as I actually got to him.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, it was everybody
Right.
here telling me what to do.
Right.
So it's nice when I got really lucky. I was happy to do it. It was a really cool project. But,
And of course, you were at that time, everybody was friends with Matthew Anderson.
yeah,
And-
100%.
yeah.
And when we were on Drag U, working with Matthew was like masterclass across the board.
Absolutely.
Like
Absolutely.
I never have learned so much in my whole life. Things that I just didn't even think I didn't need to know.
Right.
And he'd be like, "Oh, Eddie," and kind of tell me something, and I'm like, "Okay,
Yeah.
you're 100% right." I
Yeah.
mean, bless his heart. Is a phenomenal talent.
And just like sort of that
Like it's ridiculous.
that
I love him.
royalty of knowing how to work smarter, not harder.
Oh my God. And I'm never nervous around people.
Mhm.
Like I've had the opportunity to be in many situations, but with Matthew,
Yeah.
when I first started, oh my God, dry mouth. I'm getting dry mouth right now thinking about it. I was always so nervous to work with him because he's just a nod from him then
Right.
was everything to me.
Right.
Like I didn't give a shit about the show. I didn't give a shit about like who was coming through or I didn't care about any of it. But if Matthew turned around and Matthew said to me, "Eddie, you know what? That's really fantastic." I'd
Right.
be like, "Oh, yeah." Because I mean, the biggest compliment. I didn't even
Right.
have words for it. It was,
Right.
and it bolstered me to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah. It gave me a lot of confidence.
Of course.
Yeah.
of
I didn't
course.
have it. I thought I did. Maybe it was just being cocky, but.
No, I mean,
But
again,
real confidence, like, you know what? I got this. Like,
Well-
it's cool. Don't worry about it. I got it.
but we're in a.
Sorry, I'm over.
No, you're not over
Joking.
anything.
You got me chatty. I had a coffee.
I like it. You're not over anything because the thing of it is like all of us, all of our friends that are close, I think sort of agree that yes, every one of us has a specific strength,
Yes.
but as an entertainer, we come from this mindset that you have to understand at least the very minimal basics of photography,
Yeah.
of modeling, of sewing, of marketing. We have to know a little bit of that because we are all constantly trying to put our hand in something, trying to constantly
Sure.
make money. And just as you said, but what I respect about what you said is it's not always about making money.
Mm.
That's not the ultimate goal.
No, if it's just about making money, I don't think you'll ever really be happy.
We're trying to like keep our noses clean.
Yeah. Keep your nose clean and learn things and just be big.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know another way to put it. Just be full of so much knowledge and you learn it all and you feel so good at the end of the day. I mean, money's great. Don't get me wrong. I've loved taking those
Of
jobs,
course.
but I've been on jobs where I've taken them and they've been incredible money and I'm miserable. I
Yeah.
could give a shit. They were over with. I mean, there's so many things that I have never talked about that were big.
Right.
And I'm just like,
Well,
I'm
especially
not going to talk about it. I hate it. I hate the way it looked. I hated the people. I wasn't happy. Like I liked the money, I guess, but it wasn't a feather in my cap. I didn't feel good about it.
when I got the opportunities to work behind the camera, not in front of the camera.
So different,
it-
right?
I came to you immediately. You were the person that I came to, and I was like, Eddie, what do I do? Eddie, how do I do this? Eddie, what
Yeah.
do I ask for? What do I say? And you were always, had your ear open, and you were like, you have to be happy. That's the number
Yeah.
one thing I need from you. I need for you to know that you're happy. On top of that, I need you to lay the groundwork for whatever it is that you ultimately want. These were
Yeah.
the things that you gave me, and then you said, money will come. You're not
Sure.
going to suffer. Money will come, but to what do you have to sacrifice? And
Yeah,
are you
to
willing,
what
if you're willing to
end? What it-
sacrifice it, then I want you to give 100%. That's what you
Yeah.
always said to me, really.
Yep.
And especially during a very hard time when I was like, I don't know, I never thought I would be in this position. And
Well, people get crappy really fast.
yeah,
And it's like, then you really get to see where you've put your confidence and your talent in the hands of people. And don't take this wrong, I'm not being a completely negative person. It's just the way that it is.
no, that's the
You
truth.
find that you've like placed a good portion of your life into a pot that isn't there really for you.
Right.
Does that make any sense?
Yes, we
Yeah,
always
and then you get kind of blindsided and you get upset. And I was just like, no, the best thing to do is just adjust and move on. And I go every job I try to go into, there's a means to an end. I try to think it all the way through to the end. Like, what is this going to get me?
Right.
Do I even care
Right.
about it? Which I've turned down a ton of stuff. I don't like the press grab. I don't like the, you know, I'm more proud of the things that I've done for my friends
Right.
for free.
Right.
The things that I've given away, I'm more proud of than anything that I've done.
Right.
Like, I'm just like, oh, that was so cool. And it was on the coolest person that I love with all my heart. I put everything I had into it,
Yeah.
so often. I would not much rather, I guess, but I'm always happy to do that.
That's who you are.
Yeah.
That's
Well, that's how I try to be. That's,
Yeah.
That's
I like
where I
that.
try to live my life.
I like that. Let's take a quick break.
Chatty.
And we are back. We're
Yes,
back
we
with
are.
Eddie DeBarr. We have this segment in the podcast that is obviously technically called the Annals of the Inbox.
Yes, I've heard of
And then,
this.
then sometimes it's called the
course.
Annals of the Inbox.
Well, it depends on which
No,
way it goes.
Depends on who's here and what
Yep.
it is. We have a couple of letters that people have written to us.
They had to me.
They knew we were going to be here together.
Aw, That's nice.
I'm going to open up the first one. You see, I
they're
still-
sealed. You don't put it to your head and.
Well,
try
you
to-
see, I still don't have my
guess so.
letter opener with me.
Oh,
All these weeks later.
such a fancy envelope they
Yeah,
sent.
I
it
can
in.
only have one, and it's at home, so I can't share. These people write from all over the place, so they all have different types of stationery.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, this is a very long one.
Oh goodness.
Okay.
Get comfortable.
Let's do this. Do you remember the Jessica Savage movie where she's like, "Hi, Delta and Eddie. I need your HR expertise on a situation I
Oh.
recently experienced at work. I was recently pulled into a rando meeting late in the afternoon. I walked into the conference room to find 3 managers and 2 other colleagues of mine. My coworkers and I did not have a clue why we were there. But as the meeting started, our direct manager laid the shits into us about underperformance. I felt the conversation was more geared towards them and not me. Of course you did. Everything they brought up had nothing to do with me."
Oh,
Oh, shit. All right. Well, maybe
all
it
right.
didn't. I don't know.
Maybe it didn't.
At this point, I still didn't understand why the 3 of us were together and being berated in front of each other. After a few minutes of being verbally torn down by management, I found that the reason we were being yelled at is because we all applied for another position on a different team within the department. None of us planned or discussed this with each other. To management, the perception was that we were trying to jump ship. We were all
Oh.
being yelled at because our manager is in his feelings about why we no longer want to work on his team. I'm a person who works well within the team. I've been awarded certificates and awards for doing my damn job. I go above and beyond my means to produce, progress, and function to the best of my abilities. I'm a worker who is known to step in and step up. I volunteer for shit and I get shit done. I love what I do. I'm well liked at my workplace. For fuck's sake, I'm a queer person of color, a bitch from Compton who's making money moves in an all-white environment in Salt Lake City, Utah. My question for you is, would you address this to HR and how would you address it? My colleagues and I were threatened to not speak of this conversation to anyone ever. Red HR flag. I'm fully confident in my skill set and what I do for my job. I feel falsely accused of bullshit. I've never been told that I'm a shitty worker. I've been praised and given raises for my accolades. I've been told that I'm not eligible for a position in the company because people I work with are not doing their job is fucked up. Keep in mind, I love and need this job, but I feel the need to be protected, heard, and understood. I need the advice of 2 wise people. How would you deal with this? I love you both and cherish your opinions. Please help me. Help this fool out. That's it. That's a lot.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
That's a lot. What any suggestion on where they could start with this?
You.
Because I
It
already know
depends
what's
on.
up.
Yeah, it depends on the company. I guess you could get HR involved,
Mhm.
but I'm guessing if they're having this meeting, they may have already spoke. I mean, you could progress it. I think it might be time to leave. I mean, if it was me,
Yeah.
I'd start looking.
Mhm.
And if you seem to be brimming with confidence,
Right.
go to the next, find your next thing. This is a sign that maybe you need to go. I'm not telling you to quit. I'm just telling you maybe you need to open up your horizons a little bit. You seem confident, right?
Yeah.
But if people are coming at you like that and they're telling you not,
Okay, look.
that's a little suspect to me.
This is what's going to happen, Tommy. what you have to do is you have to call this manager back into the same meeting that they called you in with the same people involved.
Yeah.
And cell phones are going to be turned on inside
Yeah.
bags.
Oh, yeah.
And we're going to have this person's going to tell you exactly what was wrong again. Say you didn't understand and you need to fully understand. And you need to get this person fucking so sabotaged and so fucked over for trying to fuck you over.
Yeah.
Fuck the bullshit. Stop. I'm telling you right now, you need to get some of this documented in some way
Yeah.
and light their ass so on fire that they're looking for a job. Fuck that.
Yeah.
That's tired. They're obviously trying to strong arm you. In this day and age, especially if you're a person of color, I'm sorry you're in Salt Lake City, Utah. I love Utah. It's a beautiful place.
Right.
But if you're working in a place where you are completely outweighed by people who don't look like you, they're going to side with the person that looks like you. That's just, or the person that looks like them. That's just the way it is. They're not going to side with you. You are going to look like a fool if you do not have any evidence. They're clearly, this manager is doing this because they've done it before. They're able to do this because they have by example.
Right. They've gotten
done
away
it.
with it before.
They've done it and they're going to do it again. And they don't think you're going to say anything. So maybe not say anything to HR, just like Eddie said. Put your feelers out, try to get something out for another job, but try to get some of this recorded.
Yeah. I think in a corporate environment too, if you make yourself, I call it making yourself a little radioactive.
Yeah.
Like you put out all the things that are concerning you, especially if you feel like you're being discriminated against, you say it in front of HR, say it in front of everybody. At least that gives you some cloud cover while you're looking for something else, because you're a bit radioactive. They can't go after you, because that opens up like so many cans of worms that corporations don't want, and that will give you the time to get out. But if it were me, it sounds like this is time to go to your next thing.
And I think too, like as I said, get some of this documented. But
yeah, for sure.
Perhaps documenting that, maybe it's illegal to record at your job, but you know what's not illegal?
It's not.
It's not illegal to whisper in his fucking ear. Guess what? I recorded everything you fucking said. So if you want to fucking play with me again, I'm going to make sure that you don't fucking walk tomorrow. You understand me? So guess what? Move me to the position I asked for, or your ass is on fire. You heard?
And you might just get moved because they're afraid of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody wants any of that. And like I said,
I'm not these days anyway.
And I'm not saying that any of that stuff is for legal purposes. It probably wouldn't stand in a court of law. But guess what? They're not going to be going to a court of law. You're going to be talking to them outside in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what's up. Girl, fuck that.
Fuck that. It's fucked up.
That people want. They're the ones that started it.
Yeah.
Tommy, you didn't.
Well, and they did kind of come after you that way. So, what's the worst that can happen?
Talk to me
nice.
nice.
You feel like it's already going to happen anyway.
You got to tell people. Talk to me nice.
Yep.
This is from Jono. Dear Delta and Eddie, here's my question. I've had 2 past DLXs pass away. Down low. Like down low?
Oh, okay.
I would
what
prefer,
that means?
I think so. They're on the DL.
These children.
I would prefer not to say how or why. However, this last passing has left me feel a certain way. I have a closet of artwork from own family members, cell phones, and family videos and photos, as well as a baby book. As a Chicano from New Mexico, I knew that these relationships were private for whatever reasons. I think Delta might understand a little more about this because machismo is a thing in the Chicano culture. I don't want to start any problems with either of their families, but I think I should share these things with them because both of these men were important to me. For context, I dated the first sweetheart for 5 months before he passed and a second on and off for 9 months, both in the closet, but both were great men and lived too hard. I just don't want to throw away these irreplaceable items, but mentally I can't keep looking at my closet door knowing that they're there. What should I do in regards to these items? Well, so they're saying that they possess things that belong to these men.
And their families didn't know.
So they want to get them to them. No problem, get them to them. Figure out where you can mail them and send them anonymously.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah, send them anonymously.
Yeah. There's no need to open up any wounds like that. Especially if they're gone, they don't need to know about you. You just have to.
And I feel you because this probably hurts for you too.
Sure.
People have been in, I understand being in relationships with people in our pasts that, we live differently as queer people.
Yeah.
We are many people we are lovers to many different types of people.
Sure.
Some that we share with everyone and some that people would be surprised to know that this was happening to you all along. And you're like, they would go, There's no way you were with that person. Well, there is.
Yeah.
And
Well, I was. So.
I'm a person with a lot, you know what I mean? Where people,
But I don't think that's your
right.
thing to open up.
Right.
That. Yeah. Don't do it. Don't do it.
And I know you're hurt, but I think you really do want to get this stuff to those people.
Yeah.
Nail it.
That's fun. That's brilliant if you do that, because a lot of people would just.
That's beautiful
throw it
and
away.
ethical.
It's cool if you can
ethical.
do it. That's amazing. You'll feel good about it, and
Yeah.
you know what? You're just gonna have to be sad.
Unfortunately,
that's the way it goes.
Unfortunately, even if you did
Right.
want to share with them, like, oh, that person was wonderful, what's going to happen is you're going to look like you're trying to be the star of the show, and you're looking. It'll become insensitive because they don't have the context that you do.
Yeah, and they may not want to hear it.
They won't. They'll be afraid of it.
Yeah.
They won't understand it
They
because
won't
he's
accept
not
you.
here to speak for himself. Yeah.
Well, especially if they didn't know
Yeah.
the person was gay. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
That's tough.
That's painful.
Wait,
but
what kind of stuff do they have? Let me see. Hold on.
Can we use anything for the studio?
I have a closet of artwork,
Oh.
their own family items, cell phones, family videos, photos.
I kind of want to know why they have all these things.
Well, maybe they were.
maybe living together.
Maybe they had a storage unit. They were like, "Can you hold some stuff for me?" Kind of thing. But
maybe.
also, too, they had a baby book. That's a little, yeah.
I don't know. If you can get it back to them, get it back to them. Otherwise, you're just gonna have to kind of.
I would say hold on to the cell phones just because you don't want them to open it up and go, what was going on?
Yeah, get rid of the electronics.
Don't let, because they can just a paper trail on that, and they can find out about your relationship and how you were trying to like get, talk about what you guys were and you were hooking up over at Motel 6 and all of that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like
automatically it's seedy.
Yeah, automatically.
Automatically.
That you only use the
Trash.
poppers. Whore! Remember?
But you know what? They may be just fine with what they thought. Let them have, however that ended, just let them, they deserve to have that.
Yeah.
They don't deserve to have this chapter, which they'll never get any kind of resolve because the person's gone.
Yeah, they won't.
And you don't factor in because they don't even know who you are.
Yeah.
So yeah, best.
Have you ever had
silence.
have you ever had an ex's stuff and then like just throw it away or send
Fuck
it away?
yeah.
And you just threw it away?
Yeah. I destroyed it first.
See how we both started off like
Fuck.
in the first letter I started off really nice. I was like, you know what? No, we're going outside.
This is me.
Yeah, this
this
is
is what
real.
I would do. It's hard to give that advice to other people. Oh my God, I've chopped up clothes. I've left them on. Oh yeah, totally. But
did you
I
do with the
knew what
baby
my
book?
parameters were.
What did you do with the baby book though?
Burnt. Put it in the oven.
See, I knew it was going to get to this point.
But that's me.
Right.
That's me. That's not you. So if you want to, and it was on bad terms. I think what we're speaking of now. If yours wasn't on bad terms, then be kind.
I would like to know why these people passed away because they said they didn't really want to talk about it right now,
Right.
and so I think there's more involved.
But just remember, the family didn't hurt you.
Right.
So
even though you're not trying to be hurtful,
right, it would be hurtful.
It will come off because they don't have context.
Because they don't know.
Thank you for answering these letters. If you want to send me a letter to read on the show, please email me at readmedelta@gmail.com. Thank you for being a guest on the show today.
That was really cool.
It's fun.
I was so nervous.
No.
Yes, I was.
No.
I didn't know what I was going to say. I didn't know. I'm like, oh God, I'm getting canceled today.
No, you would never. You would never.
Oh, I have.
You know why?
That'll be the next time.
That'll be the next time. You will have to come back.
I don't give a shit about you.
No, but you've never worked from a place of trying to hurt people. That's
No.
why people wouldn't do that. You've never been that person. I know that. And I'm just, before we end this, honestly, Eddie really has one of the most critical eyes. My closest friends are very, very critical, but very honest, but very raw, but work entirely from the heart. I promise you that. Raja is that way. We talk about Philip. We talk about you. We talk about Jules. These people really, you are that way. However, I've seen you crushed to nothing if you thought you hurt someone's feelings.
Oh, yeah.
I know you to be that person. So these opinions, when you answer these letters, I know you're speaking from the heart.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is fun.
was
It goes
fun.
quick.
I know, that was fast.
It goes quick. I know.
I was waiting for the hard questions.
Oh, well, next time you're here.
Yeah.
Hello.
Bring them on.
Thank you all so much for listening to Very Delta, and special hello to everyone watching the show on the Mom Podcast YouTube channel. Very Delta comes out every Monday right here on the Very That podcast feed and on YouTube. And if you're new here, I would love for you to subscribe to make sure that you do not miss an episode. If you'd like to send me a question again or a comment or any type of communication, email me at readmedelta@gmail.com. You can follow me on Instagram at Delta Work. And where can we find you?
Eddie DeBarr on Instagram, Debacalus on Instagram.
Do you have Twitter?
No,
OnlyFans?
no. I already am pissed off enough about everything. I don't need
You
to
could
get on
actually have an
Twitter.
OnlyFans if you wanted to, just tying people into corsets.
And it's just fans. Oh, I could.
Oh
It
my
could
gosh.
be fetishy. That
It's
could be
extremely
interesting.
fetishy.
But you know me.
Just like gloved and boots, all they see is like that. And
Yeah,
they don't
but me,
know
I'll
who it
like
is.
get through half of it and just
They don't know who it is.
roll my eyes.
They don't know if this is a woman, a man, both, everything, all of it. Anyway, that's it. Thank you. I love you.
See ya.
We'll see you next time. To listen to Very Delta one day early and ad-free, sign up for Mom Plus at mompodcasts.plus. Very Delta is produced by Moguls of Media, aka Mom, hosted by Delta Work, and produced by Maxwell Esposito. Engineered by Margot Padilla, and editing and sound design by Will Pitts. Executive produced by Willem Belli, Alaska Thunderfuck, Big Dipper, and Joe Cilio.